Ukrainian troops celebrating the liberation of Balakia. Former Royal Marine and documentary maker Emile Ghessen says the speed and success of their offensive has taken Ukrainian forces themselves by surprise.
The Ukrainian soldiers are very surprised with how quick they're clearing villages, towns, all the way up to the Russian border and towards Donbas region. The morale is very high. There's lots of talks of victory before winter, which I think is very premature at this moment in time. But they're talking about, we'll see you in Crimea and we'll see you in Moscow. So it's very much amongst the Ukrainians that the morale is very high. What we just saw yesterday and the day before was the Russians targeting the power plants in Kharkiv. This is very telling on what's going on. The fact is, throughout the whole war, the Russians have limited targeting power plants because they felt they're going to occupy land, so they don't want to destroy the infrastructure. Now they know they can't keep and hold of Kharkiv region. Over the last 48 hours, they've destroyed 2 power plants, which is a clear indication that they've given up their hopes of occupying that land and now withdrawing to hinder Ukrainian forces. The issue the Ukrainians have got is they're moving very quickly at the moment. So they can clear the villages and they can take them, but it's holding them. So what's happening now is Ukrainian police force and civil defense and National Guard are moving up behind the assaulting troops to hold on to these territories. But what we've seen in Izum, which was a key battle for the Russians that took it about 6-7 weeks ago, is they've lost that stronghold and they've left a lot of military equipment. And what the Ukrainians are doing, because it's still old Soviet equipment, they're just turning it around, they're scrubbing off the Zeds and they're reusing the Russian equipment against them.
During the offensive, the Ukrainians have taken many prisoners of war.
They're young conscript guys. A lot of these soldiers before the war were in Western Russia and also southern Belarus, thinking they were on training exercises. And very quickly, on February the 24th, they were crossing the border into Ukraine to go from a training exercise into full operations. And most of these guys haven't been home. There's also an issue we've got in the moment in the south is the Russians have been giving out passports to people in the south and also in Donbas region. All these people that Ukrainians have been trapped in these areas that have taken Russian passports are now being conscripted to join the military. So they've been called up. So it's showing that the Russians are slowly being degraded on their military force.
Emile credits the American HIMARS missile in particular with turning things around for the Ukrainians.
They are a GPS-guided missile system and they're targeting a lot of the Russian command centers. So yeah, even like yesterday, guys were telling me, they were like, tell your prime minister we need more NLAWs, we need more anti-tank rockets. So very much still, the Ukrainians are very supportive of the West. They know that we're supporting them and they appreciate that, but they still want more weapons. A lot of people mentioned to me, oh, why don't the Ukrainians negotiate? No Ukrainian I've spoken to wants to negotiate with Russia. Their only terms of negotiation is that Russia is prepared to leave all of Ukraine and return Crimea, which was taken in 2014, back to Ukraine. And I think with the West's support for Ukraine, they want to continue this fight until Russia is defeated.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.